burger, I've got some rosé veal mince here. Everyone's always a little bit funny about veal, but you know what? Gone are the days when calves are kept in pens and they couldn't sit down. This is RSPCA protected animals. They live out in the open, they're free range, so it's really good. And then to that, we're going to chop up some shallots. So the thing about the burger is, I used to work on a yacht, and 2¼ years, private yacht, travelling around the world. And one thing I remember, and that's what inspired me to make these burgers, is we had a day off, and we hired a lovely speedboat, all the crew and I. We filled up the cool box with champagne out in the Bahamas and stopped at anchor, swam ashore, got ourselves some burgers, brought them back, and then sat on the speedboat drinking champagne and eating burgers. And it was like, wow, we are boat owners now, you know? So I worked on a private yacht as the chef. We had a total of 6 guests and 6 crew, and the owner was a Canadian multimillionaire. It was a great job because some days I'd be an anchor, say, and I'd get to take the speedboat shopping, go off to the markets. So what I've done, to my veal burgers, I've added some finely chopped shallots and some zested lemon, and now I'm going to add little roughly chopped capers. So all these flavours really complement the minced veal. And what we're going to do is add a little bit of herb in the form of parsley. Just rip a bit off there. So on our yacht, we travelled all around the world, so it's quite, you know, I'm really lucky to have done that. So Italy is a favourite country because I also worked in a health spa there for almost a year in Tuscany. And that just made me fall in love with the country, the food, the wine, the people. So to this burger mix, we're just going to add some salt and some pepper. And then using our hands, just mix it up. So my burger's based on Vitello Tonnato. It's a classic Italian dish of slow-cooked veal, which is thinly sliced and served cold. Some people actually use veal carpaccio. And then a tuna sauce. Tonnato means tuna in Italian. And that's blended like a kind of tuna mayonnaise. And you also put in some anchovies, give an extra bit of richness. Some capers, nice and salty. A little dash of vinegar. So really, it's veal and tuna mayonnaise. So mix all that up and then form your burgers. So these are kind of like posh burgers, so don't make them too small. It's better if you make these ahead of time and then let the protein set a little bit, and then they'll be easier to cook. So shake them up onto a plate like that. The thing is, what we're going to do today is we're going to make restaurant-type food, but not make it in a pretentious way. So I think you can really impress your guests that they'll be getting amazing flavours in a really simplistic way. So, like that, take a little bit of cling film. Just the reason you put cling film on is because you don't want the veal meat to oxidise and lose its colour. I mean, it's going to lose its colour when it's on the grill, but just cover it up and then into the fridge. Put them in the fridge for about an hour. Right, there's a couple that we've done beforehand. What you need to do is just put a little bit of oil on, stop them from sticking on the griddle. I've preheated that griddle. And don't use a really expensive oil here, just use an olive oil, not an extra virgin olive oil. Or you could use a safflower oil or a rapeseed oil. So onto a hot griddle pan, just press them down a little, and then leave them to cook for about 3 to 4 minutes either side. I like my veal to be pink in the middle. Actually great, you can eat veal rare. So we're going to do the tuna sauce with this. So for that, we're going to take some eggs. We just use the yolks for them. It's really important to use good quality free-range eggs. If you can, you get hold of the Italian ones with the really lovely bright yolks. Will make quite a difference to the colour. Not necessary for the tuna sauce, but if you're making something like pasta, that's great. Right, into your blender. What you might do is just crisscross the burger. I like to get a little bit of a crisscross shifty thing on them. Okay. While I was on the yacht, I really missed restaurant service, the buzz of service. So I got back to London and I worked with Stephen Terry at Coast. Stephen Terry, Jason Atherton and Gordon Ramsay both trained under Marco Pierre White and looked in all the food reviews and wanted to see who was, you know, out there at the time in London. And to me, Stephen was doing the most exciting, eclectic cuisine that really excited me after I'd been around the world, seeing all this amazing food. And I was like, that is the person I want to work for. So phoned him up, Stephen, can I have a job, please? And he said, why, and I told him what I've done, and he said, all right, come and see me. So I pitched up at Coast and spent the afternoon with him, and he gave me a job. 1 year later, I left and went on to Delphinus. So I'm just going to flip the burgers over now. So you've got a nice golden crust on the burgers there. So for the sauce, I put the egg yolks in, I put in the anchovies, and I put in a couple of capers. Okay, and then you want to add some tuna. So this is really good quality tuna. It's tin tuna and it's pole caught. I mean, that's the thing you need to look out for because it's sustainable. So good quality tuna in olive oil into the blender, okay? And what you want to have ready is your vinegar and some lemon juice and some olive oil, okay? Just flip the burgers in between. A little bit of pepper. Oh my God. And then slowly add your oil. If you add it too quickly, it's going to split. You want to add about 200 mils. And then just add a little bit of white wine vinegar. A little squeeze of lemon. And that's it. So I'm going to serve the burgers with some toasted ciabatta rolls, which we've got in here. And the tuna tonnato, the tuna sauce, and a little bit of rocket. So take your... So there's nothing pretentious about this burger, but what it is using is great quality ingredients. And your guests are going to be looking at it going, you're serving me a burger. But once they taste it, I promise you they're going to be surprised. Take off your burger. Okay, a little bit of rocket. Just put a little bit of rocket underneath. A little bit more sauce. Let's give it a little squeeze of lemon. 2 capers, chefy thing. And then your bun. So there is my Vitello Tonnato burger.